sitting on the couch with the gorgeous Cathy Dimarchos, who I'm delighted to have 5 minutes with today. And I know there's so many things that we can talk about, but I actually want to talk about the essence of Cathy and what Cathy brings to the world. It's really very special because this amazing woman has decades of really expert business knowledge and practice behind her. And what you often don't see is the essence of Cathy. And for me, that is the most important thing that you bring to the world. So whilst you have this amazing global business where you help business owners from across the globe, I actually think for me that what you bring to me is that intuitive, spiritual connection that lacks in traditional business. And so I'm wondering, Cathy, has it always been that way, or is that something that's evolved over time?
It's interesting because that's what you've just shared is what a lot of people actually say to me. But I'm in finance, right? That's my background. I'm a numbers girl.
Yes.
The reality is that I think from a really young age, I was always shown to be philanthropical, to be a humanitarian. Our house was a revolving door. So it didn't really matter, what your situation was or even what ours was, because we weren't exactly wealthy.
Yeah.
But it was bring people in, because through that generosity of spirit, everything can actually be achieved, and it's through collaboration that we elevate, right?
Yeah.
And so my practices, even from really early in my career, I think, when I made the decision to become a counsellor and stay in finance, again, I think shows that people have always been at the centre of everything. So I understand numbers, but numbers aren't what drive me. And I don't think that when you're running a business, if your focus is on numbers, you lose sight of what you're there to do. And so part of my, gift to anyone is to really enable them to see what they're really there to do.
I would agree. And knowing that, or having that clarity around what you're here to do, what you're here to be, is game changing. It really brings a sense of renewed vision and drive to go where you want to go.
Yeah.
Cathy, I also wanted to talk about your work in Tanzania, because I know that is particularly close to your heart, and I know that started with your daughter's trip to Tanzania. But I'd really like you to tell the audience about what you do now in Tanzania, because it started quite small, but now it's grown into something that's beautiful and wonderful. So tell us about your work in Tanzania.
So the work that we do in Tanzania is really about developing young people so that they can actually shape their own country and be the leaders in their own country. So we run programs that start from the age of 11 or 12, and they're 4-week programs, 6-week programs leading into 6-month programs. So at different pinnacle stages in their life, if we can instill that sort of knowledge that I actually train with the executive coaching and business owners into the young minds, they already start to look at the future.
Change
Absolutely.
Their country.
And that's what I really want to see. It's not actually about the Western world going in and supporting them. It's actually about
growing them to support themselves, which is a different. It's not how we've always looked at it. Western society has always jumped in and tried to change things, and there's been less focus on empowering people to change their country and their lives themselves, because that's where the power is, isn't it?
Absolutely. I look at impact, in everything that I do, it's about what impact can I actually make, and how can I show you then to create greater impact for you. So that means for whomever I'm dealing with, it's about the impact that I can actually pass on and become a ripple effect.
Yes.
It's really simple.
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to be complicated.
Absolutely, and there's something to be said for the ripple effect and how that can magnify impact. So you don't have to reach all people at all times. It just starts with one person having that desire to do something different, to change something, and then that ripples across the world.
Yeah.
And that's the way we need to look at it. Just quickly before we run out of time, the other important thing that I wanted to mention today is about women and co-creation and collaboration. And I think that now, in this decade, is the time when we as women need to come together, because we will be the change that the world needs to see. But we must learn to collaborate, to work together, to help each other. It's highly important. It's an essential part of what you do, Cathy. Can you share with us some of your thoughts about that collaborative piece for women?
The one thing that I look at is I can do many things, but what is my one place of genius? So yes, I can grow and scale businesses, but my actual place of genius is looking at the financial parts and building in a business plan and a strategy. And then I bring in the likes of people like you that actually sit in your place of genius. And then I look at what else will actually complement that business, and we find the right person. And when we do that as a collective, we vibrate at such a high level collectively, right? It's not a matter of, yes, I can do it all, so just stick with me.
I agree.
And again, the simplicity in that.
It's beautiful and it's simple, and I'm so glad that we get to share Cathy with the world in this 5 minutes with Toni. Thank you, Cathy.
Thank you, I'm done.
Oh, thank you so much.